Something I'm personally very excited about is Lucene. Are there people in the room that are aware of that? I know Chris probably is. That's another open source tool, web-based, XML-based, that is extremely flexible. It is, in fact, the basis of the Viewfind discovery interface, but it's also used, we're planning on using it for one of our medical libraries applications of being a, what the heck's it called? Web guide, where it's not about discovery, it's about just identifying sets of resources and where they're located. And you can you can use the exact same Lucene index, which is locating the library materials, to also locate the journal articles that the medical guide wants to be able to refer to. And so you take a common web service, you take a common database, you share the hardware of all of that, but you're serving very different communities. And of course that's cost advantageous and avoids the silo effects and so forth. And after a while it becomes kind of a normal way of thinking. You don't think so much about, well, this is a book so I must go to the library. You think, this is a resource and I need to have a persistent access to it. And oh, by the way, I need to have a discovery tool that'll find it. And oh, well, if it happens to be a book, it's probably important to have circulation information as well. So we've got a separate module that, as I said, is available right now in the Viewfind package that knows that in our particular case, well, that information is available for Voyager, but the discovery mechanism doesn't need to care about that. It just needs to say get holdings, and they get served up. So it's very much an approach to how to go about building it. And I see a lot of it in what is apparently in Voyager 7 and what is going forward in Ex Libris, and I think that's a very good thing. And I just want to sort of make the message, don't ever think you're covering the world. Don't try to use the logic that Michael was talking about that says, let the people who are really good at doing that do it, and I'll take the opportunity to build something else that I'm doing better. One last sort of tiny bring it home example is the Firefox plugin opportunities. One of the first things that we did, I won't call it first things, but one of the early things that kind of started the ball rolling at Yale about the idea, well, it doesn't all have to be in the library. It's very good to have the presence of the library in places that aren't the library. So whatever web page you're on, if you're on a workstation that has the libx plugin from Yale, you can highlight text on that page and say, what does the Yale library have to say about this subject or this author or whatever? And you just sort of select the plugin and select some arbitrary text. It's hard to pick things that aren't links anymore. Let's see. Actually, I forgot. There's a drop down that actually lets you just do that from the context. You don't have to plug it in. And now suddenly the network's going to go away. And now you weren't in the library, but now you are in the library, and you're at it at a very relevant point, rather than having to start at the entryway and click your way down in order to get there. Now another variation to show you is, let's say I want to place a request for one of these things. Well, place a request happens to be one of the things that's not in the open system, it's in the closed system. So here I'm challenged to have my NetID login. And see, now I'm not in the library. Now I'm in the authentication system that everybody uses all of the time. Okay, so it's an error message. But the point is, it's always working in all of those places. And now, oh, by the way, if I go over to my classes website and I say I want to log in, I'm already logged in. I don't have to do the password all over again. And that's true for basically for everything at Yale. And then let's go to the portal. So I'm going to log in. And here's my patron information from Voyager. So they're all talking to one another. And they all use Tomcat, and they all use CAS, and some of them use Lucene, and so on and so forth. But it's in the context of infrastructure and narrowly defined, well-defined web services, not, this box always refers to Orbis and nothing else. So, we've got 3 or 4, depending upon how you count, programmers, and we've been working at this for 10 years, and we've got patron bulk loads and various statistic reports, and they're all out there, and a few of them have been submitted to VUGM, and maybe we'll resubmit them to EL Commons. But the message that we're currently trying to put out, and we're doing it in places like DLF and so forth, is start thinking bigger. Start thinking how you're going to fit into Facebook and so forth, and not how do I format that particular tag on that particular page. Let the CSS answer that question.